Hey guys, welcome back to another Thomas Railway discussion. Today we're going to be discussing a narrow gauge engine, otherwise known as Duke. Now Duke worked on the Mid-Solar Railway with Peter, Sam, and Sir Handel, or as they were known back then, as Stuart and Falcon respectively. So anyways, Peter, Sam, and Sir Handel were a bit mischievous, and they often liked to call Duke Grandpa. But they soon put aside their mischievous ways when they heard the story about Smudger and how Smudger had been turned into a generator when he'd been too naughty. So anyways, I'm not for sure if I like Duke a lot, but he is the only tender engine on the narrow gauge railway, not counting Bertram because, well, for those of you who don't know this, Bertram was supposed to be a tank engine. But due to them not being able to create the correct model in time, they had to use Duke's model and put Smudger's face on it. So Bertram's not really supposed to be a tender engine, but they had no choice. So anyways, yeah, I'm not for sure if I like Duke a lot, but I still think Duke is a okay character. A piece of trivia that you might not know is that Duke is the only narrow gauge engine to not have buffers. So this is gonna cause problems if he's out and about and has like a little accident or something. So anyways, we're gonna be discussing the old style and the new style Duke. Now the new style Duke will be the one I'll be using in my series because it's in better condition than the old style and because I like the new style better. Well, let's take a look at the old style. Let's start with the Duke part. His eyebrows are gone, unfortunately, because of wear and tear and stuff like that. It's got edge wear all around the cab. Just Duke on the bottom, and let me check the wheel. Yeah, I do believe it says 2003. And Duke is the only engine to have an error on his tender, where it says Duke's coal car and not Duke's tender. I don't know what they were thinking, but oh well. Now let's move on to the new style Duke. I think this face might be a little more accurate to Duke's face. I do believe the old style Duke had a ledge when it was released in older years. If the old style Duke does have a ledge, please let me know. But anyways, the tender is in pretty good condition, but it too says Duke's coal car, and there's like a little code right there in case of a recall. Now let's just go about the differences. The faces are of course different because, well, it's not like they're going to keep the same face on every single model of an engine. This yellow line that goes around Duke's boiler, it goes all the way around. While on here, it only goes up to about halfway up the boiler. This cap opening is a little bit bigger and wider than this one. And of course, the paint's more orange, while this is more chocolate brown. And no difference to the tenders, really. So that's pretty much it. And before I go, I want to show you something. It's not about Thomas trains, but, well, my dad took me to this Lego store that was in Castleton. I was hoping to find some Lego Series 10s there to find this rare figure called Mr. Gold, but they didn't have any. But anyways, they had like one of those where you can make your own custom Lego figures. So I made and you're allowed to make 3 of them for $10. So anyways, these are the 3 models I made, and they're all gonna be about like and they're all gonna like represent Thomas characters. So here's the first one. I was planning it to try to make it be a different character, but then when I found this top hat, I knew I could make a top hat out of the figures I had. You have to like have an accessory for your Lego figure, so I just chose this little I just chose like this little rake or a brush or a broom or something. And anyways, yeah, I'll pretty much be using Lego figures in my series, because if you know Milk Tanker Media, he said that Lego figures are a bit closer to scale to the wooden engines, as you can most likely see here. So yeah, I'll most likely be using Lego figures. And this one will be Sir Topham Hatt. This next one has a guy wearing glasses, and he's holding a letter. That's the accessory I chose. And he's got like this robber hat on. This guy is supposed to represent a character called P.T. Boomer. He was supposed to be the main antagonist for Thomas and the Magic Road, but he got cut because test audience thought he was too scary. So this will most likely be P.T. Boomer if I ever use him in a Solar Invasion movie. This isn't really the best outfit for P.T. Boomer, but it's the only thing I could really find that I could really stick with. And then here's the third character. It's a guy with a mad face and a cowboy hat, or it's also known as a fedora. And he's holding a sword. This is supposed to be a pirate sword. And he's wearing like this British uniform. So, yeah. So that's just it to show you these 3 new Lego figures I made at a Lego store. And this has been a one-way discussion on Duke. Thanks for watching.